How's it going, Dopamon fans? Today, I'm reviving something we used to do on the channel, EA NHL Career Sims, and today I'm doing Trevor Zegras. For those of you who don't know, at the beginning of the season, I made a prediction that Trevor Zegras would win the Calder, so I'm extra excited to see if EA thinks my prediction could come true. I'm going to be sticking to the same format we used before, so where I go into franchise mode and I turn off all the GM and coaching controls, all to auto, and let the game engine do as much of the work itself to determine just how Trevor Zegras' his career could play out. Zegras is 83 overall, with medium elite potential, with the coach putting him on the second line, though I definitely see him jumping up to the first before the end of the season. I sim to the fourth game, where Zegras gets his first points, a goal, and an assist, before simming to the end of the season. And in his first full season, Zegras gets a whopping 29 goals and 48 assists. As I'm recording this, Zegras in real life has 8 goals and 17 assists for 25 points in 30 games. So I think the goal mark is a little bit high, but absolutely believe that 77 points for him is very well within the realm of possibility. And after making the playoffs, Zegras leads his team in points but can't quite get over the hump, losing to San Jose in 7 games, but does earn the Calder. Simming ahead to the end of his second full season, Zegras has a bit of a down year with only 23 goals and 39 assists. This does put them in the playoffs again, where they beat Vegas in 7, but get swept by Edmonton in 4. Zegras is one of the point leaders on this team, a positive compared to his season stats, and hopefully a negotiating point for him, as it is his contract year. And he signs a 5-year deal worth over $8.5 million a year. Let me know down below what you guys think Zegras is worth. I definitely think this is around what he's worth when you look at comparables like maybe Sebastian Aho. I think 8.5 is fair. We sim to the end of the first year on that contract, where Zegras scores 26 goals and 47 assists. The Ducks are in the playoffs again, but lose to Calgary in 7, where Zegras gets an unfortunate concussion in Game 3 and can't be a big impact forward. This is also the first major injury of his career. Zegras leads his team in points the following season, but once again can't get over the playoff hump and doesn't play a big factor for his team. The bad luck doesn't end there, as the following season is another down year for Zegras, scoring only 62 points and being a minus 24. In a stroke of good luck, Anaheim makes it to the third round but are once again defeated by Edmonton, and once again, Zegras doesn't live up to that $8.5 million a year contract. And with that, we skip ahead 2 years, as Zegras continues to put up underwhelming 60-point seasons and Anaheim misses the playoffs. At this point, that 5-year, $8.5 million a year contract has come to an end, and Zegras wants to re-sign. These numbers are incredibly disappointing to me, and the asking price is incredibly high, almost $12 million a year for 8 years, which would take him to 35 years old. In reality, I feel like Zegras could be worth this much one day, but the way the sim has gone, he clearly just hasn't shown it. Though, for the sake of the EA sim, he gets signed. And in the first year of that contract, Zegras puts up career year point numbers. 25 goals and 63 assists to be over a point per game for the first time in his career. Unfortunately, Anaheim slips out of playoff contention, and Zegras' best year comes to an end. In fact, we have to skip ahead 3 years before Anaheim makes it into the playoffs at all, with Zegras in that time never quite hitting that point per game total he did before. Anaheim loses to Winnipeg in 7, and once again, Zegras doesn't play a major factor. This is the 4th year of that massive contract worth almost $12 million a year, and he hasn't played up to it. But as we sim to the end of the next season, Zegras' bad luck seems to turn. Being over 30 at this point, he does suffer an injury mid-season that causes him to miss 8 games, but he's healthy to finish the season and scores over a point per game while leading his team once again. This energy gets carried into the playoffs, where Zegras leads Anaheim through 2 rounds and against Winnipeg, the team that eliminated them last year. And although they get eliminated, Zegras puts up amazing playoff numbers for the first time in his career. And those playoff numbers were a positive omen, as the following year Zegras leads his team once again to the playoffs. He doesn't quite get the numbers, but the team is playing well, and that energy gets carried through, as Anaheim once again gets through 2 rounds to face Winnipeg in the 3rd. This time, they win, and Zegras is a huge part of it as they face Pittsburgh in the Cup Finals. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals, the hockey we all live for. Zegras leads his team in points and could be the X factor to win the cup. But they lose. That's right. After that amazing run, after beating their longtime rival Winnipeg, Anaheim can't quite get there and loses to Pittsburgh in 7. And as of next season, Zegras begins to regress, dropping from his former 90 overall to 89, and the regression goes for the team as well, as they miss the playoffs. This ends up being the first season we've simmed where Zegras doesn't lead his team in points. The following season, Zegras dropped to 87 overall, and although Anaheim makes the playoffs, Zegras is injured on the very last day of the year and misses out as Anaheim is eliminated in the first round. This was a contract year for Zegras, who in the off-season signs a 2-year contract for $6.5 million per year at 35 years old. And that contract ends up being his last, as Anaheim fails to make the playoffs the following 2 seasons, and Zegras retires. He ends up playing 1,394 games, scores 391 goals, and gets 728 assists for a career total of 1,119 points. Unfortunately, Zegras never wins the Stanley Cup, though he did get close, and the only individual award he wins is the Calder in his rookie season. Altogether, a rather disappointing career, especially as his last few aren't very productive, though, as far as team stats go, he's an Anaheim Ducks legend, having the franchise record for both points and games played. Personally, I believe Zegras could have a much better career than this, and could even be a Hall of Famer one day. So this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to leave a comment down below with your predictions for Zegras' career, as I peace out and leave his stats on the screen for you all to look at. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you love hockey, because we have a lot more dope content coming out for you guys. Until next time, peace.